I almost put this in without showing you guys. Here it is. We have a new clutch pedal in a new bracket. So you might be able to see there, perhaps, yeah, see that that piece there? If it'll focus. Yeah. So that was what was a little bit stuffed on the other one. And now we're all sorted. You can see on the other one here. Hey, Alan. You can see here how this one, yeah, you can see there. So firstly, we didn't have the that plastic piece, and secondly, he'd gone ahead and drilled some of this out. So you can see that there. So there's no wonder that it was giving a weird clutch feel occasionally, and I suspect it might have snapped as well and had to have been re-welded. So it might not have actually been put dead straight on, which would explain why the other spring, you can see here. So this was the other one that I bought. So now I've got 3 clutch pedal brackets. Still $120. I was pretty happy with that. I got one quote at $250, and then I found a bloke locally out in Taylor's Lakes who did it for less. Yeah, you can see this here. It doesn't really come through in the camera all that well, but it isn't perfectly even. The one on the left sits a little bit closer in, as opposed to the right hand side. So anyway, and you can see how much grease and whatnot had been put on this one to try and stop it from squeaking, which was inevitable, I think, just with the setup and the fact that it was a bit of a hodgepodge job. So what are we going to get? No more squeak, and I'll also be adjusting the slave cylinder. So one of the things that I've worked out was with the slave cylinder, there's a pin which this piece connects to. See that there? And then that then goes back into the cylinder, and you can twist it either way to lengthen it or shorten it. And you might have remembered in this car when I put my foot down on the clutch pedal, there was sort of a bit where it just would move, and before it would actually engage. And that was something that started happening, and that was purely just my bad, because I, when trying to get the thing to stop squeaking, at one point I mucked around with that, tried to tighten it, tried to lengthen it, shorten it, to get it to a point where it wouldn't squeak so badly every single time. And the only way that I could get it to do that was if there was the pin that goes into the cylinder was extended further out. So you'd put your foot on the clutch pedal, it'd then the pin would move, then it would hit the point where it's like, okay, now we're at hydraulic pressure, and then you'd get resistance there. So that was something that I did without really knowing what I was doing. But now I know that works. So when I install this, I'm going to look to have that the resting point at hydraulic pressure, if that makes sense. So now I have to install this. Yeah.